Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the latest chapter of My Hero Academia, which, yes, I know I'm late, stuff just came up, so there you go. Anyways, back to this actual chapter. This chapter, well, you would think that maybe it would start off right where we left off in the last chapter, with basically everyone's there ready to help out Deku and talk to him and get him on the right path again. But luckily we actually get to see a lot of what happened beforehand, and basically how each of the classmates is reacting to the letter that he sent. And it is a big deal. Basically, all of the characters are worried about him, giving their reasons for why they're worried about him. And sure, not everyone gets a line, I don't think. I don't think Shoji got a line, or a few others didn't get lines, but everyone is clearly concerned. Even Mineta, who I mean, Mineta is kind of a weird character as it is, but the fact is that he, Sero, and I'm forgetting who the last person was, but in the episode when Endeavor is handing or dropping them the GPS tracker, those three characters, Sero and Mineta, and then the last person who like I said, I'm forgetting who it was, but they are the ones who reach out to grab it as soon as possible. These characters are just really worried about him. And in this moment, it's honestly really awesome to get to see Bakugo, because he is acting only wanting to save his friend. And sure, some of the others are doing some other important stuff to help as well, but this is really Bakugo here. He is trying to save his friend from years ago, the friend that he has reconnected to in recent time, to basically becoming a new person almost entirely. This is what he needs to do. He needs to save his friend. If he loses this friend, then he may never become the hero that he is meant to be. He needs to save this friend, because this friend, Deku, is the one who helped him. Even though he made fun of him or all of these different things to make his life miserable, Deku still stayed by Bakugo's side, trying to help him anyways. And Bakugo returned the favor multiple times, but it's still not enough, because the fact is that Bakugo has been saved more times than he's saved Deku. This is the moment of change. This, honestly, these scenes of him wanting to save his friend are as important as the moments in the second movie when Bakugo is uncertain what exactly is going to happen, but he knows with 100% certainty that he must save his only friend. He must work with him in order to save people. He must do these things. And honestly, if he didn't forget everything that happened in this episode, or in that movie, then he probably would have been he probably would have connected with Deku a lot more after that. And sure, he has connected with Deku a lot of times since then, but it's never been to the same degree until now. This is the moment where Deku needs him more than ever, and he is going to save him. Everyone is going to save him. And it's also really interesting to see, well, the first person to try and figure out a good way to find Deku is Uraraka. She jumps at the chance. going immediately to go talk to the principal to ask for him to call Endeavor here so that they can talk to him, so that they can bring Deku back. And it's also an important moment for everyone, because in these moments we get to see Deku, Deku is always going to be welcome. No matter what he does, he will be welcome to come back to be a hero once again. This is a safe place meant for everyone who has ever been a student at UA, as well as the people who are coming there for hiding. Deku will always be safe here. It doesn't matter if he is being hunted by these villains. This is meant to be a safe place for every single student. So, he allows what they want to do. To have the entire class banding together to go after Deku. And they do. Which, I just have to say, this scene of all of them standing back to back, all ready to fight this villain. And there's, like I said, this is a very good reason why I chose this image to be this background right now. And it's because of this is them standing together. Not once, besides in the second movie, have all of the students stood together in unison to fight any villain. This is the time where all of them are going to stand together, to work together, to save their friend. No moment before this has ever done that, except, like I said, the second movie. Every scene, every moment before this was not nowhere near this. Insane. And I mean that. No moment before this was anywhere near as crazy as this one is. Because usually if they are fighting together, they're fighting on different fronts. And the only time where they've actually stood all together in unison to fight a villain, any villain, has been in the moment when, like I said, the second movie, when they stood together to fight Nine and his allies. Sure, they separated mid-fight, but at the beginning of that fight, they were together, ready to take down these villains, and then they separated to make sure that they could to take down each of the villains one at a time. And they made sure that they got the members who were best suited to take care of these people. Sending Tokoyami to take care of the hair lady. So, Medusa, I'm just going to call her Medusa. I don't care if her name is Blade or whatever. But to deal with her in a dark cave with only Mina to assist him, yeah, that's reasonable. That is actually a reasonable decision. To have the big members, the big heavy hitters, as well as those who are more animalistic, taking down the Chimera, yeah, that makes sense. And sure, they didn't have to deal with Mummy because he was already taken down by most of the crew earlier, but it's amazing. And only the two biggest and the two heaviest hitters who actually know what they're dealing with when they go up against All For One are the ones who go up against the All For One clone. It's insane to think about that only the people who know what they're doing are going up against these villains that they know how to defeat. That is how these battles were made to be. But now, this is the moment where things are going to change. And sure, Deku is going to try to fight them so that he doesn't hurt them. Basically, he's going to try to run away. Whatever is going to happen next chapter, he is going to do something probably pretty rash. And with that, they will still go after him over and over again. They are going to save him once and for all. And they are going to bring him home to the safety of UA, where they can actually plan things out. And sure, All for One is probably going to come. He is probably going to cause a lot of mischief. He is probably going to attack. But there's another thing. There's only a few of them who are really able to follow Deku if he goes up into the air. These being Uraraka and Bakugo. The two most important people to Deku at this time. And I think that little scene that I showed at the beginning of this video, and I'm hopefully I'm putting it up now, but the scene of Deku and Uraraka falling together, slowly, but they're still falling. That is the moment where Uraraka is going to tell him. It may not be this exact same moment, but it's going to be something similar. Uraraka is going to reveal to him her truest feelings and how much that she loves him, how much she cares for him, how much she doesn't want him to get hurt, how much she needs him to come home, how much his mother needs him to come home, how much possibly even his father needs him to come home. Deku needs to come back to UA. He needs to see them. Because if he doesn't, he is just going to hurt himself. Bakugo made a statement in this chapter that he really meant it. And it should have been a wake-up call, but it's not quite there because it's not an easy thing for him to do. It's not easy for Deku to see what's going on. Bakugo asks Deku, "Are you even smiling under there?" Because that is the thing that Deku wanted to be. He wanted to be a hero who saves everyone with a smile. But he didn't. He hasn't been. People have been running from him. The only thing that people have been seeing is his mask. No one ever sees his face. Ever sees that he is hurting down there. And Deku doesn't care right now. He just needs to save everyone. Make sure that other people are smiling. He can smile later. That's all he wants. But he needs that wake-up call. And whether it's Uraraka or Bakugo who are going to wake him up in these moments, or possibly anyone else in the class, because I honestly do want to see everyone at least trying to help him. I think that or even Stain is the one who wakes him up. These moments are going to be the changing of his history. He is going to become someone new. Someone better than he's ever been before. Deku is going to become a true hero. A hero that people need to see. Deku is going to be the hero that everyone needed. But first, he needs his own heroes. The heroes of Class 1A, possibly Stain as well, and possibly many other characters who have been impacted by his generosity. Koda, Eri, and the kid from the second movie, which I'm sorry I'm forgetting what his name is. But these three kids have been important to his life. And I think that someone is going to show him those letters. The three letters that made him who he was. A letter from Eri, a letter from Koda, and a letter from the kid at UA. The kid in the second movie. And say, these people were changed because of your smile. These children will one day be heroes like you. Don't make us don't regret the way that they see you now. Become better. Return to the way that you were back then. Be the hero that you need to be. Be the hero that saved these kids. That is what you need to be, Deku. I don't know if any of these ideas are even going to be true, but I think they need to be. Deku needs to change, and he is going to. He is going to become the greatest hero once again. But the way that he's been going about it, not the right way. So he needs to change his ways and get back on the straight and narrow. But anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I know it was crazy and I did a lot of theorizing, but I think that's what you guys like about these videos. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. If you are going to leave a theory, make sure to say theory review somewhere in your comment. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any actual videos about them if you guys do, but I would still like to talk to you guys about your theories, so definitely leave them down in the comments below. Of course, if you guys do have any... if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and ring that notification bell because it helps out a lot more than you may think. And of course, if you guys do want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out all of our links down there, including our social medias, as well as our other channels and ways that you can support us financially, including the merch store, the book, and of course our Patreon, which a big thank you to our current patron, Sheeny. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on!